Hello everybody, back once again with another video. So this one is a pickup video. I think it's been about 3 weeks or a month since I did the last one. So I pick them up throughout the month and then sort of do a video once I've got quite a few to show. Have got quite a lot this month. I'll go into it on prices where I got them. So if people are looking for them, they know they're on offer and stuff. Got some real bargains in HMV. Got some good pickups in CEX. Traded in a few things a couple of weeks ago that were actually worth some money in CEX. I think I said this in another video, but I won nearly £100 on the National Lottery. So yeah, sort of half of these I didn't really pay for as such technically. Got a few like Mega Drive games and stuff out of my lottery winnings, so it didn't all go on to films. But yeah, went into HMV today, got a few more. Yeah, shout out to Matt, the guy that works in there. Really sound guy. I think I spoke about him before. Didn't know his name, but I did ask him the other day. Yeah, he sort of knows his stuff, and I guess it's good working in there. You can get a discount on all the rare stuff that comes in. But yeah, I was hoping they'd have the 4K of Pet Cemetery, like the limited edition. I know Stuart George showed it on his channel. Didn't have it there. They could order it, but obviously it'd take a while until it comes. So I ordered that on Amazon. I think about £30 arriving tomorrow. Sorry, HMV, but it's easier to get it faster than to have to come back into town or wait however long it takes for delivery. Obviously, I got Prime, so it's free. And then I've pre-ordered the Hitcher on Second Sight. I was going to wait for it to come into shops, but I don't know if I'll be able to go and collect it on Monday and whether they even get any or how fast they sell. I mean, it is £50 for a HD is pretty ridiculous, really. I mean, even if it's like a good set, half of £100 for one film, quite sort of hard to justify. So yeah, got those two on the way, so they'll be in the next pickup video. But yeah, I'll start with the Arrow one. So Vin Diesel in the Chronicles of Riddick. So I think I've showed it before. Let's see. Yeah, I've got Pitch Black, which I think is just a Blu-ray, and now this is the 4K Ultra HD. I usually do turn the slips around on it. Sorry, not the slip. The picture, what do you call it, in the actual case. So it's different to the outside one, but not long had this, so I hadn't bothered yet. But yeah, I mean, £25 this was for 4K, quite expensive. I have seen it once back in the day. Did like it, but yeah, I want to rewatch it. I mean, I think I've said this before. I'm not a massive fan of Vin Diesel in like Fast and the Furious. Is he in Triple X? I think he was in some comedy thing called Are We There Yet? Or is that the one where he's got all these bottles attached to him like an udder? I seen the advert for it, like udders, should I say, but didn't really look my kind of thing. But yeah, not really a massive fan of him, but Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick, and I think there was an animated one, that was sort of the second one. I don't own. I do enjoy these films, especially the way Pitch Black is shot. So yeah, it'd be nice to see this again. But yeah, kind of on the edge of my limit, £25 for a single film. You don't mind, say, The Silence of the Lambs was 30, but obviously it's in a big box. You've got a poster. I won't get it all out, but postcards I think come in there. Got more than one disc. I think this is 3 discs actually. I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3 discs. So you got the theatrical cut and the director's cut, which I think are both on 4K. Then the limited edition exclusive. So yeah, not too bad value when you get 3, but yeah, still quite expensive. And like I said, if it's my own money, I might not have stretched to 25, but not too bad when you sort of won some money and stuff. Then you've got Cold Light of Day, which I picked this one up in CEX. I think it was like £6, £7. I did see it in another CEX without the slipcase on for the same price. So when I first seen it at that price, I thought, oh, it's going to be battered. Sorry, it's going to be battered, or it's going to be missing stuff from inside. But no, it's all there, and it's quite a good condition. So this is based on the. I'll try not to talk too long about these, but just give you an overview. Just in case anyone's interested in these, sometimes the synopsis might sort of grab your attention, get you wanting to pick it up or buy it. What's he called? Dennis Nielsen. They changed the name and stuff, but he was like a famous British serial killer that like lived in a flat, and he was killing men, and then he was hiding them under the floorboards, and then throwing the bits down the toilet. He'd sort of cut them up and throw the organs down. then a neighbour complained of the smell, and that's how he got caught. And yeah, this is a really sort of quite a brutal, depressing, dreary kind of take on it. It doesn't glamorise it at all. Like, much I like The Silence of the Lambs, it kind of does glamorise serial killers and makes them out to be like geniuses that we should all worship, or at least respect. But yeah, there's very dreary British film, shot by, well, directed by Fiona Louise, who I can't really say I've heard of, but you do see a little on the extras. She's sort of talking, and I don't know if she made other films, but yeah, it's quite well made. And yeah, some quite disturbing scenes in it, to tell you the truth. It goes from like quite sort of, I wouldn't say soft, but when he's, spoiler alert, kind of just strangling them, it's not too intense. And the next thing, he's sort of chopping them up in quite graphic detail. Obviously, these ain't spoilers, because if you know the case, you'll know about it, but also it kind of tells you on the back. One thing I would say about this, I've never seen a film so grainy. I mean, this is the Blu-ray upscale on VHS or DVD. Must have been awful, but yeah, nearly the whole film. I mean, I don't mind it. You know, old VHS would literally have like tracking problems all over the screen, loss of sound, and kind of adds to the atmosphere on certain films. But yeah, I'd say out of all the Arrow films, or even any new film, I mean, I thought The Changeling on Second Sight Blu-ray that I've had for years, the limited edition, was quite grainy in some parts, more when they're outside. But this, on another level, it's like more grain than Kellogg's. Then I got this one in CEX. Would have been 35, so it's still in stock on the Arrow website, but it's £50, and this is pretty much perfect condition. But yeah, I traded in a couple of films a while ago, and I think it came to like 11 or so, just for 2 movies I didn't want anymore. This is like before I did the giveaway. I was tempted to give those ones away, just, you know, someone gets like slightly better value, but I thought, you know, trade it in, save me a bit of money, and then I can sort of pick up some other things to give away to people. But yeah, so ended up paying what, like £24 or so for this. Yeah, I've never really seen much of like the Godzilla and Gamera and stuff, so a bit of like a gap in my knowledge and in my library. So I thought I'd watch this. I think most of them are like 12s or PG, so I don't think it's like a children's thing. But yeah, I think the Heisei era, I guess it's called. I think they did like a Godzilla box of this as well. But yeah, I've seen like the Godzilla 90s movie. I've seen that at the cinema with my family when I was a kid, and it's not a great film, but I've seen the original Godzilla in black and white. And I think there's another one in the 90s or so, maybe I've seen. But yeah, I've not really seen the old sort of series, and, you know, Godzilla versus the monsters and stuff. So it'd be interesting to check out this Gamera. So I will actually get to watching them, but also it's just nice for the collection with a really nice Arrow set like that. Yeah, so that one in CEX. So yeah, I find every time I go in CEX, I find one sort of thing I want to get, and it usually is like gold dust to find. So if you look for the normal shelves and that, you know, you'd see a load of like films everybody's got for a few pound, or some like crazily overpriced stuff. Whereas next one as well, picked this one up in the same HMV on a different occasion and was really happy. I think this was 28, but it's out of print. It's got all the bits there. It's got the book, the poster. It's a 4K. So yeah, that was one thing I did trade in. So I had the old Arrow Candyman on this kind of version, which I got like £5 trade in. Then I had another sort of standard Blu-ray version. Sorry, that was Blu-ray as well. Of Candyman, which I'm sending to, I think it's X-File 2708. I always forget the numbers on his name. Sorry if that's wrong. Yeah, so sending that one to him. But yeah, I traded in the Arrow one. If he was only offering me a few pound, I would have sent it off to somebody. But yeah, I thought for like a £5 or so, takes the price off one. So yeah, I was happy to pick this one up. And yeah, sometimes you go in CX and find nothing good. Whereas I say I found about 20 of these kind of like Arrow limited editions that are out of print in there. Found about 5 of the Second Sight. Some like, yeah, quite a few good box sets. So yeah, this Gamera and this Candyman both came from the same CEX, both in good condition. 28 is quite a lot for a second-hand one, but now it's out of print. You know, if you were to buy it off of eBay, I guess it's kind of like someone can name their price. So yeah, I didn't mind paying that. Obviously, I already owned it. I think I've got it on the DVD collector's edition as well. So I had a few versions of it, but yeah, nice to have it on 4K. One of my favourite films from the 90s. Really liked this as a kid. Maybe not my favourite. I say Halloween, Scream, this, and then of modern times, You're Next. And probably The Burning and like my favourite slashers. But yeah, really different take on a slasher. I like the kind of urban setting in Cabrini Green, and then it's got amazing music, amazing performance by Tony Todd, genuinely creepy. I think the sequels aren't as great, so I think I maybe have had them on DVD, but I don't know if I will put those out, maybe in a trilogy, not sure if I'll get it. But yeah, really happy with that Candyman. And then this one I ordered off of the Arrow store online, so I pre-ordered this back when I got Silence of the Lambs and the Mexico trilogy, but it got postponed. I thought first of all they hadn't sort of what's the word? They had accepted too many pre-orders and couldn't fulfil mine. That's what they said when they messaged me, was that other people had ordered it first, so they were getting theirs before me, which was fair enough. But no, it actually got put back. I think it wasn't until like today. So what's the date? Is it like the 20? I can't actually see on there. It's 23rd of September. So I think it was meant to be out today, but mine came like over a week ago. So it did. I say came early. It was kind of late, but yeah, not really heard much about this director. Alex de la Iglesia, Spanish, but not only have I heard he's been endorsed by Pedro Almodovar. He's a really good director. Makes is it called Beneath in the Skin I Live In? I think it's called. Quite a creepy film, and then he's done films with Penelope Cruz and stuff. But also one of these, I think I can't really. Can I open it? Just sort of show you it a bit. Obviously, I can do unboxings on these if anyone wants to see them in more detail. But yeah, it comes with the book, and these three are reversible. Although the artwork, the original artwork, is very sort of simplistic and quite sort of plain. So I, for once, do prefer these newer. Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it might be The Day of the Beast. It's got a young Javier Bardem in it. I'm sure everybody knows him from, I think he was in James Bond, but more came on the scene, or at least to my knowledge, from No Country for Old Men. I don't think I'm going to get that back with one hand, so let's put it over there. Yeah, so obviously once I realised, I assume these would just be sort of quite generic, low budget. I mean, it's sort of horror, but people say it's like surreal, crazy, over the top, sort of bizarre. So it kind of sounds like my kind of thing. So it sounds interesting. Yeah, I think that one was about 40 from the Arrow website. Seen it in HMV today. It had come out. It was about 40 on the shelf. I didn't know whether HMV would get that. So that's why I sort of tried to pre-order on Arrow. Also, I've been building up my, what do you call them? Like points when you spend. So I've got like over 20 to redeem now. I'm just waiting to put them towards something. But yeah, obviously not really heard much about him as a director. Then when you hear he's endorsed by Pedro Almodovar, and one of these early films is starring a young Javier Bardem, then it kind of sold me. So yeah, could watch them and dislike them, but still a really nice box set to have in the collection. And then got The Dark Knight on 4K. So I do own this one on Blu-ray. I was going to give that one away, but obviously I've got it in the trilogy with Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. Batman Begins may be my favourite from the trilogy, but I'd say this is the best film. Obviously, Heath Ledger is amazing in it. Yeah, so this one, when I bought other stuff at HMV, it was, on the little box by the counter. They have a deal like $9.99 with any purchase. So yeah, £10 for a 4K Ultra HD, and it's got 3 discs in, a nice slipcover. So yeah, quite happy with that. Sure everybody's seen The Dark Knight. And then Heat. So this one did cost me, I think it was $19.99 rather than $25. But it's got 3 discs. Michael Mann film, so he made I think To Live and Die in LA, and I know he definitely made Manhunter, sort of version of Red Dragon with what's his name, Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter. But yeah, this one, embarrassing to say, I've never actually seen Heat. I think I've seen it as a kid, but I didn't really understand it so long. I mean, see if I can find can't find the running time. I did check 170 minutes. 60 or so, yeah, nearly 3 hours. But yeah, I heard great things about this, and a lot of people I know say it's their favourite film and like a really good cat and mouse film. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to watching that when I get 3 hours, almost 3 hours spare. But yeah, obviously everybody's got some gaps in their sort of viewing. So yeah, I think I've seen it when I was a kid. I've seen a lot of films when I was a kid that I just, we'd be around a sleepover, so he was messing around, not paying attention. We'd get kind of bored of it where it's so long. But yeah, good to finally have that in the collection. And picked up this Next of Kin. not really heard of this one, but obviously it's a second sight. I do like to get the second sight limited edition box sets, although I don't think this came in one. I don't think all of them get released in the limited edition. But yeah, this was only like £8 in CEX. I don't know if you can see it there. It's got a slight, not so much damage, but the lip's like a bit creased, but it don't really bother me. I mean, I might try and put it into a different case, but obviously it does have the black. But yeah, it seems very interesting. So it's about a woman inherits a Montclair retirement home from her late mother, and then she finds her diary. Kind of seems like a creepy psychological. I don't think it's a ghost story. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, candles turning on and off. So yeah, kind of like a ghost story. But yeah, I've heard that's quite a creepy one. Australian, I think. Yeah, I think it says uh, film. Oh, sorry, let me read it actually. Film Co Australia. So yeah, I've got quite a few Australian films that I really enjoy. So yeah, looking forward to watching that next of kin. You got this one called The Island. So sort of seen this when I went in there the other day and was tempted, but I think it's $18.99, which is quite a lot for a Blu-ray. But yeah, other people have been talking about it on their channel, saying it's good. And yeah, originally I assumed it was going to be like a cheap kind of video nasty. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I love some of those old kind of low budget video nasties and their kind of weird style. But it has got what's his name? Michael Caine. Yeah, can I see it there? Yeah, it's got Michael Caine in it. And it's based on a novel by Peter Benchley that writes Jaws and The Beast. I think it's the one about a giant squid. That was like a mini series I used to watch when I was a kid. Who directs it? Can we see? Michael Ritchie. I think I've heard of him, but don't know if he's related to Guy Ritchie. But yeah, I heard quite good things about this. I don't know too much about the plot and things, but yeah, that's quite a new one out. And yeah, a really nice little slipcase in that. That's what it's like. It's got like reversible art, so I might change it over. And then I've got a Criterion one. I got this one in HMV for about CEX second hand for about £10. I'm not gonna lie, I did actually think it was the more recent Lord of the Flies. So there's one from the 90s in colour, which I seen when I was a kid, which I was going to watch again recently on Netflix or Prime or Disney, one of those. Whereas this is an old black and white one, a sort of I think it's like a play kind of style by Peter Brook. So yeah, I mean the other one is obviously on TV and stuff, whereas this one you don't really come across to watch. So glad to pick it up and yeah, try to boost my Criterion collection. But a lot of them are really expensive, and some of the new ones that come out now on 4K that I've been tempted with, like that Life on Earth, is it called? The Jim Jarmusch one that Sammy G was on about. It's £30 for a single film. I think it's even one disc with not much sort of extra supplements is expensive. Whereas, yeah, like I say, when you get these for around the same price, even the ones on 4K with multiple discs in a nice box and a book, kind of makes it harder to justify these Criterions. But yeah, I will get round to watching this, as I do really like the original book of it, a William Golding novel. Read that when I was a kid. And then this, The Boy and the Heron. So Studio Ghibli, directed by Hayao Miyazaki, I think it's pronounced. I think he's the same guy that did Spirited Away. Obviously, they did have this on 4K, but it was £25 in no kind of deal. So I thought for a film I don't know and haven't seen, it's a bit of a risk spending, quarter of £100 on a single film. If I have like all the Studio Ghibli I've seen, I do need to pick up Spirited Away. However, I kind of want to start getting the whole collection of them, but again, the amount of money I spend each month on movies, trying to keep up with the like Arrow and Second Sight and Indicator releases and that, is sort of, probably shouldn't start collecting other things. But yeah, I heard good things about this. Was going to go and see it when it's in the cinema, but didn't get around to it. So yeah, going to check that one out. But yeah, that one was £15 in HMV. Next, we're on to the Indicator. So these ones, when I checked the other day, there was 2 for £15 sell on. So I think on the last one I showed a few Time Crimes and Hardcore with George C. Scott. Maybe a couple more that I got in the 2 for £15. Whereas the other day, a lot of these weren't in it. Some of them were just £10 each. Whereas when I went in today, that Matt guy said that because it's coming up to Halloween, they started a new sale where pretty much all the Indicators are in the 2 for £15. So I thought, whilst it's that cheap, try to sort of fill my boots with them. So yeah, got Irreversible. Just because I've never had this on Blu-ray or anything, I've just got it on DVD. Probably won't watch it again in a while because it's a very challenging, depressing. I mean, it's got like white noise and stuff in it, so it sort of makes you feel uneasy. I think it gave me a headache when I was watching it. A couple of scenes, only really 2 scenes that are really shocking, but they are very intense. Really well made film. I think other than Memento, it was one of the first films. I think Guy Pearce is in Memento. One of the first films to sort of be shot backwards. But yeah, trying to collect all the Gaspar Noé ones. So I've got Lux Eterna, Enter the Void, and Climax by him on Arrow, and then obviously this one on Indicator, and I think the rest I've got on DVD. I think I got the new one called Love, but that seems a bit like the Lars von Trier Nymphomaniac, where it's just like a kind of unerotic sex film with not much else going on, which I'm just not really interested in. Yeah, happy. I mean, I probably would have paid like 10 or 15 if it was full price on its own, but in the sale, happy to get that. And then Mysterious Island. So again, this was in the 2 for 15. I heard a lot of good things about this, but I don't think I'd watched this one when I was a kid. Does it have Ray Harryhausen doing special effects? Yeah. Yeah, I think these are kind of go along with like the Sinbad trilogy and the Clash of the Titans and the Jason and the Argonauts. Obviously, once I seen on the back it's in Dynamation, I think they call it, then I thought it must be a Ray Harryhausen thing. And then also this one. So 20 Million Miles to Earth. So I'm not sure if I've seen this when I was a kid, but I do know the monster from it. I don't think it tells you his name on the back. It's this big, like, green sort of monster. It's called, like, Ymil or no, Yrat? I can't remember now, but I knew it until I started filming this. Now it's gone out of my head. But yeah, any of these kind of family sort of Ray Harryhausen. No, it doesn't say his name on the back. But I always associated this. I think he made The Creature at least. If anybody knows, I'm sure Stuart George or someone knows more about these films. Remember what the thing? I think it's got a Y in it. It's like Yilmaz. I can't remember, but he's like a big sort of green sort of. Looks a bit like the Kraken from the Clash of the Titans. But yeah, hopefully it's good because yeah, I did think it was something to do with Ray Harryhausen, but good to have it in the collection. Wolf, obviously another Indicator. Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. I think I did see some of this when it was on TV as a kid. Then we had to go out or something, so I never finished it. But I heard quite good things, and he's got a lot of films on Indicator. Jack Nicholson, a lot of the older ones like Easy Rider, and what's the one where he's got like a sailor's hat with no top on the front. Kind of his older film, but yeah, I've heard quite good things about this. Who's it directed? Mike Nichols, which I think I have heard things by him. And then, not a great film, Vampires, but a while ago when I did the John Carpenter ranking, I kind of realised I haven't got many on Blu-ray. I had them all on DVD, so I've been upgrading them. So I had what's it called? Prince of Darkness and The Thing, obviously, and Big Trouble in Little China on Blu-ray, and there was another one. Then I've recently got The Fog. I'm having a mental blank. I should have brought them in, but I didn't want to confuse them with these newer ones. The Fog and They Live. Yeah, and then sorry, the other one I previously had was the Escape from New York, and now I've got Vampires. I've upgraded, so I did have it on DVD. I didn't used to hate this one as much as other people, but need to see it again really to see what it's like. And then Christine, one of his better ones. So I had this quite high up in my ranking. So again, only had this on DVD. It's nice to upgrade it. So yeah, I think I got about 6 or 7 of the John Carpenter ones on Blu-ray now. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get them all. Starman and Dark Star I've seen in CX for about £8 each second hand, so I'm going to try and get those. Salt and Precinct 13 seems quite hard to get. Never really seen that Memoirs of an Invisible Man with Chevy Chase, I think it's called. I think that's what Stuart George said in the comments. I think you can order that one off Amazon, but yeah, eventually I'll do a video when I get them all. But yeah, trying to get all the John Carpenters onto Blu-ray, then I'll probably give away the DVD versions unless they're out of print and worth a load, but I doubt it. And you've got No Man of God, so this is a 101. This one, basically, I looked at it a while ago. One of my mates said it was really good. Said not Elijah Wood's good, but he said the other guy that's like interviewing is really good in it. So tell you his name, Kirby. Luke Kirby. Yeah, it was like 20 when I seen it before, so I wasn't really happy to pay that. And then this was reduced to £10. So yeah, I thought a good sort of nice little box. And yeah, it's about, is it Jeffrey Dahmer? One of the serial killers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Jeffrey or Ted Bundy. One of the serial killers, but it's more meant to be about interviewing them than showing the crimes and things. But yeah, heard pretty good things. So yeah, a nice one to add to the 101 collection. And then the Bob Clark collection. So I think I did say in the other giveaway one when I was giving away Black Christmas, which is going to X-File 2708, I think he's called. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, or at least your numbers. I'm not very good with remembering the numbers. Yeah, so this one, usually 45. I did it up a few times, but wasn't too happy to pay that for it. And then the other day it was reduced to $21.99. So I thought a good price to pick it up at, and bolsters my 101 shelf nicely. And then you've got this witch. So yeah, these two as well were in the 2 for 15. So all the indicators, they've got an offer in HMV on 2 for 15. Guess it's online as well as in the shops if people buy it online. But yeah, these two are also in the two. There's lots more. It's like a Halloween thing, but these were the two best I could find. So this one I've been waiting to see for a while. Heard really good things about it as one of the best kind of Hammer. I don't know if it's made by Hammer, but obviously a Vincent Price. It might be quite sort of brutal, disturbing. I think 88 did like a big box of this, sort of, again, that kind of style, but I think it was really expensive when it came out. I didn't get it, and now I don't see it around. So yeah, happy to get that for what, basically $7.50. Looking forward to watching that one. And then this one I've been had my eye on for a while, so I do have Return of the Dead Part 1, well, Return of the Living Dead, and Return of the Living Dead 2, which I do really enjoy, but I've got them on DVD. One of them is like a special edition, but yeah, I don't really see this one on DVD to pick it up, and heard it's really good. Remember when I used to go in the video shop, I think it's called the Enterprise, the video shop by me when I was a kid. But yeah, this is one of the sort of front covers that always grabbed me. Just this like lady on the front with all the spikes. Yeah, I heard it's really fun and that. Seen it at HMV a while ago, but it was $15.99. Didn't want to pay that. And then it's been out of stock for months. So once it came back in, I was going to grab it. And then when I seen it's in the 2 for 15, that's when I sort of looked for another one to go with it. So yeah, happy to pick that one up and looking forward to this because this is good as 1 and 2. It's one of my favourite trilogies of horror and one of the best sort of zombie ones in my opinion. And then again, shout out to X-File. Sorry if I'm saying it's either 2708 or 3708. I did check before this video, but I've already forgot. But yeah, obviously I did my Stephen King ranking and said I'd heard of Maximum Overdrive, but I'd not owned it or watched it. And that I'd heard some people said it was a really bad film and some people say it's their favourite. So it seems quite a Marmite kind of one. For some reason, I don't know if it's a different movie by Stephen King or written by him, but I'd seen a front cover with like a lorry with like an evil kind of green goblin, a bit like Spider-Man, like driving it or on the front. Maybe it's just like American version. But yeah, he did say you can get it Blu-ray import, which I can't be bothered to do, or pick it up on DVD. So yeah, when I went to HMV, I think this was about $6.99 on DVD. So yeah, I didn't realise it would have Emilio Estevez in it when I heard it was who else? It's got Pat Hingle, not you know, and Laura Harrington from Batman. Yeah, assumed because it was a Stephen King directed film, it would have sort of nobody actors, but yeah, quite surprised it's got Emilio Estevez. And the book, this is not really a spoiler, but the book it's based on is really good. Well, it's a short story where all the vehicles come alive, especially lorries. So yeah, looking forward to watching this. So yeah, thanks for bringing it to my attention, X-File, and let you know what I think of it when I watch it. And then I have showed this before on my favourite family films, the next two. Obviously at the time I did say it was a new pickup. Yeah, I've got this one, I think it was $3.99 in HMV. So even though I've watched it a lot on that, I've never really owned it. I think we had it on VHS, like a copied, you know, where you record it yourself and write the title on it, maybe with like, I think it was, what's it called, Condor Man on the like other side, because you could usually fit 2 or 3 on one of those blank tapes. But yeah, never really owned it before. I think because the 70th anniversary, is it 70, 100? Yeah, show me on 1939. So yeah, coming up to like my 90th anniversary or something. 80th maybe. I guess that's why they've had it reduced. But yeah, I was happy to pick that one up for $3.99. Obviously, I've watched it, but nice to have it in the collection. So that was a gap of classic cinema. Harry and the Hendersons. I think I did say this was also in my top 10 family films ranked, movies ranked. That I had this on DVD and it's just gone missing. I think I said as well, I've had a few CDs and things that have just gone missing. So I've either misplaced them, I've been moving stuff around. I mean, I don't think anyone's come and stole them because not only, like I've said before, I only have like trustworthy people in my house, but also they wouldn't really be interested in stealing a DVD of Harry and the Hendersons. They probably steal, one of these like Hellraiser 4K box set that is now selling secondhand in CX for 70 quid or something. But so yeah, I don't know what's gone. Maybe a ghost is messing around with it and watching it when I'm not here or something. But yeah, I really liked this one as a kid. David Suchet as like the evil hunter. I don't think it shows him on there. Obviously, not David Suchet. What's his actual name? Obviously, yeah, is it David? Yeah, David Suchet, but he plays Poirot. He's kind of most known for. Yeah, really enjoyable. So yeah, this one I picked up in CX. I think it was £8, quite a thin little box. I did see it in there and didn't get it. So I was like, well, I've got it on DVD. Then when I couldn't find the DVD, went back in and was glad it was still there. This one I got in CX, £4, which is a bargain. The thing I said before, one of my mum and granddad's favourite films, along with Papillon. Really good prison film. I'm sure everybody's seen this. It's got that sample. What we've got here is Failure to Communicate, and the guy's got a really weird voice. That was sampled by Guns N' Roses in Civil War of a song. So when I was a teen, I used to really love Guns N' Roses, one of my favourite songs. And once I heard that weird sort of voice, my mate said that's that Cool Hand Luke. So then I mentioned to my mum or someone about Cool Hand Luke, and they're like, yeah, we've got it on video. So I bought her this on for Christmas years ago, along with Papillon as a present. But yeah, sure everybody's seen this. Obviously, the bit where he eats the eggs, and then the bloodhounds are on his trail, and they put like chili powder down to like mess up their noses. Really good acting all round. I think is it the one where they like put the soaps in the socks and then they like beat him with it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I was looking forward to that, and then I've picked up my first 2 VHSs. So it's a shopping. Well, people probably won't know. Maybe Ollie loves films. He's from the Bristol area, but in Brislington, sort of near Bristol. So where I go usually, where you've got HMV and CEX, and I think it's called 8-Bit Planet. That sells like retro computer games that I sometimes buy from there, like Mega Drive games. They do sell Pokemon cards, but I'm not really into that. Those were in Bristol. Then about a mile or so outside of that, I'll give them a shout out. It is a really good little shop. I'll see if I can find the little card thing I got of it so you can see it. But yeah, it sells like retro computer games and then toys and things and VHS. And they've got a lot of really good VHS in nice condition. A lot of like older sort of horrors and things. So yeah, I've got RoboCop. I think this one was £3 in real nice condition. I've checked the tape inside and there's like no mold or anything on it. It's obviously RoboCop, one of my favourite films, so nice to. So I think I've got it on. I think I've traded in the DVD, and I did have the trilogy Blu-ray, which I traded in because I'm just not really going to watch number 2 and 3. So obviously I have this nice Arrow version of it, and then yeah, I got this on VHS. So I don't actually have a VHS player yet, but I am going to get one. But these are nice to just display in the collection, sort of retro things. And then I think this was either £3 or £5. But yeah, Small Soldiers. Kind of forgot about this for a while. Would have maybe put this in my top favourite family films. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Really good soundtrack with Led Zeppelin, Communication Breakdown. Oh, directed by Joe Dante. I didn't realise that. No wonder it's good. I always thought it was kind of like a kind of low, not low budget, but like an overlooked film when I was a kid. But yeah, it makes sense if it's by Joe Dante. If anyone knows the name of the other Joe Dante film, on the front cover it's like a kid on a bike. It kind of looks a bit like Stranger Things, but I think it's more of like a kind of comedy adventure sort of along the lines of like The Burbs. I can't remember what it's called, but it seems like an exploration kind of one with like a younger kind of kid on a bike. But yeah, I'm going to pick that up, but I just can't remember the name, so I guess I could look on IMDb at all the Joe Dante film. But yeah, I didn't realise that was by him, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've seen this at the cinema with my girlfriend and dad, I think it was, when I was like 16 or so, and really enjoyed it. Watched it a few times since, but I don't know if it's got like a DVD or Blu-ray release in the UK. So yeah, nice to pick that up on VHS, and then I'm going to keep an eye out when I go in there again for a few more VHS. At the time I spent quite a lot on Mega Drive games, so I didn't pick up too many. But yeah, I think they even have like a horror section with some quite rare and old like video nasties. And I did see like the Butcher Boy, which you don't really come across. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out in there. Maybe I'll do a little vlog when I'm in there. So if anybody else is looking for any certain older VHS, really good condition, most of them for around £3 or £5, then maybe I can pick it up, send it to people. But yeah, I know this has gone on quite long, but obviously I've had a big haul and a lot to show. Should have done it in 2 parts, but thought I'd do it a bit swifter than normal, and as I always do, I ended up rambling. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Oh yeah, just let you know, Sammy G, X File, and sorry, I can't remember the other guy's name. Something P, Big P or something. Yeah, so they got the giveaway, so I'm going to be sending them off to them. I have sort of emailed them privately and stuff, and they've given me their address. So yeah, I'll let you all know when it's all sent off. I'm throwing in a few extra goodies and that in there. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Bye.